Right then, guys, welcome back to another episode of Non-League to Premier League. Going to try and make this as short as I can. Going to be a little bit difficult because obviously we've got to go through all the season and the review, have a look at what we need for next season, and then go through our transfers. Hopefully we should have a really nice summer, but we'll see how it goes, shall we? So, we somehow managed to beg, borrow and steal our way into the Championship after really having a poor end of season. But we're there. We made it through the playoffs in a little bit of a controversial manner against Coventry, but we really played well against Preston. So here we are. Alright then, end of season review. The new arrivals. So, Keon Etete, our top man, unsurprisingly, 42 appearances, 33 goals, 6 assists, average rating of 7.53. Reece Bennett next, only played 18 times, average rating of 7.17. We're going to have him in the centre of defence next season alongside Alfie Gilchrist. They are going to be our main two. Sean Stewart then on the left-hand side, the young left-back, really, really good. 8 assists on that left-hand side as well. Average rating of 7.11. Then Elijah Dixon-Bonner in the midfield. Played 22 times, a little bit more than I actually thought he did, but not quite there. Same with Callum Haysman as well. Average. Very, very average. We have got a side that's probably not quite championship worthy yet. Well, we've got a side that isn't championship worthy yet. When we go into the season results then, is not skipping through the way I would like it to. We was obviously expected to get relegated. We started and really held out throughout the season for a long time in first position. Then we dropped down to second position and Sheffield Wednesday took the top of the table. And then just an awful, awful run at the end of the season, as we can see. There's our lovely little run there, followed by a little bit of inconsistency. Followed by a lovely, lovely run patch. And then again, inconsistent. And it's what cost us in the end. From the automatic playoff positions, we should have beat Doncaster Rovers. That would have got us promoted. We should have beat Wimbledon. That would have got us promoted. But in the end, we finished 4th. We had the top goal scorer in the league in Keon Etete. And we went through the playoffs. So, we're there. Our biggest win of the season then was 7-2 against Gillingham. We obviously did decently in the Papa John's Trophy. We never got to the final again, which is a little bit annoying. Finishing, I think it was the semi-finals we got to. Biggest win in that was 4-0 over Stevenage. The FA Cup then, we went through. And I think, was it the 4th round we got to in the FA Cup? Really good. Our best win there was a 4-3 win over Kidderminster. So, goal of the season was James Ball, which is nice to see. Our finances then. Our reputation still hasn't gone up, which is a little bit annoying. We've lost money on sponsorships and broadcast revenues somehow, even though we've been in the playoffs, which really doesn't make sense. A lot more money through corporate and hospitality. We lost some prize money. But matchday commercial revenue is up massively. Shirt sales then. Etete is obviously our number one shirt seller, followed by Sparrow and McGee. And Cole and Cox are there as well, so that's good. A little bit upsetting if you got a Cox shirt, because I don't know whether it's going to be here next season. How we lined up for the majority then? Our regular starting 11, of course, was Felipe in goal, Stewart, Piggott and Gilchrist at the back, with Hughes on the right-hand side. Oh, Hughes. We're not going to talk about that youngster. Then Reece Cole and Jamie Osborne in the central midfield. That partnership will be changed this season, with Dion McGee, Joe Sparrow and Jordan Cox just behind Keon Etete. We're going to have to change things up this season. We really are. League One, we won Manager of the Month in October and January. We didn't win Manager of the Season this season, which really surprised me, honestly, because we was touted to go down and yet we've gone up. Fans Player of the Season, then Kiana Tete. Young Player of the Season, Kiana Tete. Signing of the Season, Kiana Tete. A little bit of a pattern going on there, isn't there? The one-man squad. He has really, really grabbed us by the scruff of the neck and dragged us into the Championship. James Ball won the goal of the season. Most overall goals by a player in a season. New record by Kiana Tete. Most league goals by a player in a season. Also a new record by Kiana Tete. Most goals by a player in a match. A new record, Kiana Tete. Have you noticed there is a lot of Kiana Tete in this? And most goals by player in a league match for Kiana Tete. Most clean sheets kept in a season. The beast that is Jeff Felipe. He has actually withdrew his transfer request now. He's happy to be where he is. Unsurprisingly, as we've been promoted to the Championship. So at 18-year-old now, he's finally decided to get his dummy back out the dirt. Most Man of the Match awards in the season for Kiana Tete. 11 Man of the Match performances. And our highest transfer fee ever received, $500,000, of course, for Easton Hughes. Upsetting, but I understand why he went to where he went to. History in the making. Once we got rolling in the early season, it looked hard to stop them getting promoted. Well, we nearly stopped being promoted, to be fair. And we looked class above in the first couple of months of the season. Few will have gave them this chance, but they have reaped the rewards. So we've had a good season. I mean, we really have. So all these records have been there. That is, of course, our official highest league finish ever. Regardless of even if we come straight back down next season, again, that is going to be our biggest league finish because we'll be in Championship. Our overall best 11 then is looking like this. So, Felipe in goal, cover on the left-hand side, Sheab and Piggott in the central defence, with Hughes on the right-hand side, James Ball and Dion McGee in the middle, with Cox, Sparrow and Donowa backing up Kiana Tete. That's going to change next year, obviously, because that isn't our 11. It's not our starting 11, and a lot of those players are fringe players now. Memorable season, obviously, as we go up. The board are expecting us to fight bravely against relegation, I would hope. Yes, they are. Everything else is good. Look at this, guys. We're getting a new stadium. Whoop, whoop. That's actually really good for us. So we can confirm that. Everything else is fine. So club vision-wise, we're okay. Squad dynamics, we're going to upset that a little bit because both Jordan Piggott and Jamie Osborne and not going to be starting players next season. Squad ended break, which is fine. Stat numbers, we can have more coaches now, which is nice, and we can have more recruitment. Oh, lovely. New scouts, more scouts, give them to me. End of season team meeting, discuss plans for next season. Right. What can we say? Going to give us the best chance by bringing in some new faces. Right, so everybody's happy that we're going to be strengthening. It's the sort of reaction I was hoping for. Once you'll come home, we'll talk through promises. So we'll see them all at the start of the season, which is fine. Everybody's left in high hopes. Etete, Sky Bet League One Player of the Year. What a season that young lad has had. And top goal scorer. So we need to congratulate him on these, really, because he's just been phenomenal. Without him, we wouldn't be where we are. It's just that simple. Players selected in the select. So the best 11 that people think of the league this year. Obviously Felipe in goal and Etete up front. So there we are. If we come into our team report then. Squad depth. This is how we're looking at the moment. We're looking very, very light on the ground, aren't we? And it's going to be worse because we're in the Championship next season. So we need strengthening all around. What I would like to do is bring in some old heads for a little bit of, just a little bit of a spine in the team, really, just to give them that little bit of oomph. We have got no really experienced players at the moment, and it would be nice to get some people with either Premier League or Championship experience in. With our reputation not being increased yet by very much, that's going to be difficult, I think. But this season we've got 3 million to spend, so I will be back in a moment with the transfers. Don't go anywhere. Right then, guys, welcome back. Thanks to the beautiful time skip, we are now just before the start of the season. This summer has taken me 6 hours to do. And we haven't done that much business. It's ridiculous. So, we had to let go, obviously, Hughes last season. We've got rid of Mandela John on, I think completely actually. We let him go, I do believe. Yes, we did. So he's been released. We've released a lot of players, you'll see in a moment. Charlie Ball has gone out on loan. And Petchy was the one who come in just at the end of last season. For free, obviously. So, really good. Quite impressed. He's got a lot of developing to do. Now, moving on to this season then. John Williams has gone out on loan, who is a player who we've just brought in. He's only a young prospect. Plays on the left wing, plays up front as well. Very, very good. 17 years old. He's got bags and bags of potential, but he's not going to realise that potential with us this season. He's nowhere near first team. So, people who we brought in then. Owen Beck from Liverpool. A great young prospect on the left-hand side, so he will be playing in front of Stewart on that left-hand side. So, we've got 2 solid left-backs now, and this man can also play on the left midfield if needs be. We've then brought in Harley Dean. I wanted a little bit of somebody who was kind of been there, done that. So Harley Dean brings in that experience to go in alongside Alfie Gilchrist in the centre of defence. Upset Jordan Piggott a little bit. Obviously, he's been with us from the very, very start, but he's going to have to get used to it, unfortunately. He's not really a Championship defender. Then, very, very exciting young prospect from Juventus, also known as Zebra on this, unfortunately, because I haven't got the name fixing. Valentino Salduccio. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Going to be playing in that Carrilero role in midfield next to Reece Cole. Should really give us a lot of creativity from the centre midfield. Very excited about those two working together. Then, because he wanted somebody who could speak English and Italian, we've paid 85k for Nicolas Fonseca from Port Vale. He knows he's just going to be a backup for us. He has actually got the potential to improve, but he's basically going to be a cup player for us, or when we're really struggling on fitness, just again to kind of slide in that centre of midfield. So, we've kept our promise to Salduccio. Then, Sean Brunton comes in. This man was recommended by one of our new backroom members of staff, Paul Scholes. Has been an absolute worldie. 17 years old, can play on the right wing, can play up front. I feel very, very bad in pushing Keon Atete out after the way that he played last season, but every member of staff that we've got says that Sean Brunton is a better player than Atete, so we're going to put that to the test, and we'll see how he gets on. We've then brought in a fantastic winger who we can't get a work permit for until at the earliest November. So we've got somebody to play on the left and the right hand side. Initially was bringing him in to replace Jordan Cox and have Cox as backup, but obviously without being able to play him, Jordan Cox is going to stay in the team for now. Very, very good. 22 years old, Spanish, got lots and lots of potential. I think we're putting together a really nice looking team. This season's going to be a struggle. I know it's going to be a struggle. And because we're not 100% certain if Geordie will get that work permit, We've also brought in Harry Cornick on the right hand side. Just really because Cox at the moment, he just doesn't seem like he's going to cut it for me. So I'd rather have somebody in the team who's going to be there or thereabouts. And hopefully we're making the right moves. In terms of outs then, Charlie Ball has gone to Mansfield, $5,000. We've got John Williams out on loan. And we released a shed ton of players. So if I come into our squad, although we've got quite a big squad, it's all full of youngsters, young prospects. You'll notice the likes of Jamie Osborne, all gone. Tristan Covers still here. Defenders, there's some defenders that have gone. There's lots of midfielders who have gone. Our average wage now is ridiculous in comparison to what it was beforehand. And we're getting there. But if you look in terms of potential then, ability, we've got a very, very strong squad. And in terms of potential, we have got loads and loads and loads of potential at this club. If we can survive in the Championship this year and again enhance our reputation, I really do think that we'll be a solid club for years to come. This season, though, I just don't know, guys. I really don't know. So, it is what it is. Let me know what you think about the transfers we've done. Our next 2 games are going to be really important. So, we're going to bring them back to 2 games for the live com. So, Wednesday's episode is going to be Blackburn at home, followed by Brentford away. What a start in the Championship. And as you can see, it's a very different looking Championship here. We've got Wimbledon, Barnsley, Bristol Rovers, Hull are back in there. Then you've got Norwich back there, Peterborough, Portsmouth. So, some very, very... West Brom, West Ham as well. So, it's going to be a tough season. It really is going to be a tough season. If we go into the season preview, we are odds on to finish bottom of the league. 300 to 1. 300 to 1 to go to. Oh, that's crazy. So, our odds of winning the league are 300 to 1. Favourites to go down. Everybody thinks we're going to finish bottom. If we can finish outside of the relegation places, I will count that as a highly successful season. It's going to be a tough one, folks. It really is. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for all your continued support. Really, really do appreciate it. I will see you, lovely boys and girls, on Wednesday. Have a good one.